So this is an instruction on how to do your first initial mould. When we're trying to mould our dough pieces into its first shape after mixing, what we're trying to do is reduce the surface area as much as possible so that the product doesn't skin, but then also we're trying to not put too much stress into the protein in the bread. So we're trying to do this process quite gently. So I'm going to do this one-handed, which I wouldn't normally do, to start with, to show you what to do. So first of all, we flatten out our dough piece and we make it, just roll it up, turn it the other way and put the side that was just stretched down onto the table. Again, it's like flattening, and then take the dough piece, fold it over, and what we've got now is an almost sphere shape. Now we finish that off by using our hand, which is flat on the bottom of the table, and slightly curving our hand. We then push with mostly our heel of our hand up the table. And what this does is it slowly tightens the outside of the loaf, the dough piece, into a nice sphere. Now we don't want to overstretch this, because the next process is to rest this, and the more we stress it, the longer it has to rest. Now, by the time you are doing your assessments, you will be expected to have mastered two-hand moulding. Now, professional employers will expect you to have this skill, and therefore, once you get up to speed, you should be able to two-hand mould your dough pieces quite simply. Remember, we're not going for a really tight mould, we're just getting them into a sphere shape. Now, those were 800 gram loaves, well, so scaled at 900, 920 grams weight. This would be for a 400 gram loaf. The process is exactly the same, just slightly smaller. Bring it into a rough circle, sphere shape. Then using the palm of your hand, you can do this the other way if you prefer. Doesn't really matter. And then rest for 5 minutes. If the dough is very tight, you may need to rest it for longer, but make sure you're either resting under cover using a plastic sheet or a dough box.